Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and are all ready to step into this new week ahead. Here we are with our usual Monday check-in and our inner compass forecast. And OMG, these are powerful energy times. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? This is a really important space. This is a really important juncture for all of us. So we had the new moon in the sign of Virgo and the partial solar eclipse yesterday. So we're still being bathed by that energy. How has the last 2 weeks felt for you? Have you been aware of becoming, visiting things that and patterns and habits and mindsets and ideas that you're releasing and letting go? Because we have been in what's known as the eclipse doorway, and now it's closed. Now it's closed, and this is like a stepping in to a new way of being. How does that feel for you? With this Virgo energy, it's very much influencing us and guiding us and inspiring us to remember we are powerful creator beings and we are sacred beings. And so everything that we do, it's so important to find your rhythm, your best way to remind yourself of the sacredness of you. And what fills your cup? When I say sacred, is that something you kind of go off and do? Or can you bring that more into every single moment is a sacred invitation? And what do you need to do to plant some seeds to align with that? So as we are immersing ourselves in this energy, we are also influenced by the equinox today. So I love the equinoxes because it's a balancing time. So no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in the northern hemisphere here or in the southern hemisphere, because in the southern hemisphere, they're going to be stepping into spring. Here, we're going to be stepping into autumn. But the equilibrium, it's like the daylight hours and the nighttime hours are roughly equal. And so also, the other part of all this too is that the new moon and the solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, happened in the sign of Virgo, but it was right on the crest of Virgo. We are now stepping into Libra. So that idea of the balance is like underlined even more. What does balance feel like for you? Now, the other part of these intentions too, with that new moon in the sign of Virgo, the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, all about communication. So this is time to really get in touch with the words, the words you use internally, the thoughts you have, and the words you speak out about yourself and to yourself. You know, just recently I had a conversation with somebody who she was thinking these thoughts and said, "Oh, but it doesn't matter because I'm not speaking them out loud." Nope. As soon as the thought lands, there's the energy. That's the intention. So this is with that communication, and that's when if you've worked with me before, you know that happens. You know, negative thoughts happen, or woulda, coulda, shoulda thoughts happen. But you can catch that and just say, cancel, cancel, cancel. Shift the energy. Take ownership. Feel into what do you need to change? What do you need to continue letting go? And that's the first deck of cards we're going to start looking at cards in a moment. But what do you need to let go to calibrate to your highest version of your essence? The highest octave is calling you. It's asking you to follow the guidance and get in touch with it. What do you need to let go in order to just really land into the authenticity of that? Maybe it's time to really calibrate that head, heart, and higher self in order to plant the seeds. Because this is what we're doing, is we're stepping into a new paradigm, a new way to really access our gifts, to access what's right and what's best and what's auspicious for us. Now, if anything I say on these sessions trigger you, confuse you, discombobulate you, and you need a wee bit more support or guidance or resources, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. Just take a nice deep breath. Sometimes I come on here and just jump into what I'm sharing and forget to encourage you to breathe. Come into your breath. Nice deep breath. And let's just focus on this idea for a moment. What can I let go of? What can I focus on letting go of that will allow this calibration, that will allow this guidance, this harmony, this balance, this new way walking forward as this sacred being? This is funny. They're usually funny, but it's stubbornness. Where does stubbornness show up for you? And I think we all have a wee bit of a bent of stubbornness. It's like, no, I'm not going to try something new. Nope, this is the way it's going to be. Nope, they told me it's got to be this way. Where do you dig your heels in? Where do you just go, nope, I'm not taking in a new idea or a new paradigm? And see, can you, with gentleness, with kindness, with compassion, that's such an important part too. Because as we kind of do a scan of ourselves, a scan physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. How am I? Where am I? What do I need? This is not about critique. This is about looking at all those aspects with compassion, with kindness. Hello, friend. What do you need? What can I do to chip away a wee bit at that stubbornness? What is it teaching you? Sometimes stubbornness it's like an outdated, outmoded part. Maybe it's based in fear too. That, gosh, if I change something, or if I take that leap, or if I expand, then what? Who am I then? So follow that too. Take another nice deep breath. Now we're going to have a look at what wisdom wants to come through to guide us through this phase, through this powerful week, stepping into a new season, finding our rhythm, finding our sacredness, finding that balance. Oh, this is perfect. Gosh, that gave me chills. It's judgment. Oh, that's so powerful. Judgment. What are you letting go of? That's such a huge part about I am casting off all of the limitations, all of the things that had me forget or had me locked into an idea or a belief that I am not that massively powerful creator being. Stripping it all away, allowing that to just flow away. And sometimes when things come up, like limitations or belief systems saying that you're not that, or you're too small, or you're not gifted, or you're not powerful. Sometimes the best way to navigate through that and to let them go is to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you to that limitation. Thank you to that barrier. Thank you to that belief that I am less than. Thank you. It served you at some point, but you don't need to walk forward with it. And maybe by giving up stubbornness, that can actually create a little bit more of a flow of, you know what? You are always in the right place at the right time. We all are. Sometimes we go through turmoil, discombobulation, chaotic times. And sometimes the only thing you can do is to acknowledge, I'm still in the right place at the right time. Clarity's not here right now, but I know it will land. And trust. And that's the whole vibe of these inner compass ideas, is you have an inner compass. Sometimes it could go a wee bit quiet, but it's always there. And so it's about finding your rhythm, finding your best way to access that and to trust it. Even if you can't hear it, doesn't mean it's not there. Take a deep, deep breath. I hope you're feeling the potency of these ideas and the energy that we're sitting in at the moment. But now, taking another nice deep breath, let's see. I like to draw 3 of these Intuitive Whispers Oracle cards to see what guidance, and it's all about our emotions. I think and it's really funny how I shuffle these cards, and yet we're getting some patterns continually showing up. But this one is move your body, move your emotions. That's actually really, really aligned with what I was just saying to you about the Virgo energy really encouraging us to bring the sacred practice into everything you do, even moving your body and even caring for your body, feeding your body, looking after you, because this is the sacred vessel that allows you to have the experience. And then this one is feel into your emotions. You know, I've said this before, that sometimes when we allow ourselves to really drop into what our emotions are, tell ourselves the truth, maybe do some journaling, maybe actually just acknowledge this is what I'm feeling, that can actually shortcut us into getting the wisdom. Because if we listen too much to the prattling of our head, and let's face it, there's a lot of prattling goes on in our minds of maybe this and maybe this and what about that and what about that? Oh, look at that person and oh, comparing ourselves. And your thinking mind is great to help you follow a recipe, to get the laundry done, but it's not that great to help you get in touch with your intuition, get in touch with your emotional wisdom, with that realization, gosh, I am powerful beyond measure. That's from the emotions. So feel into your emotions. And the final one here is the power of silence. Don't you love that? That power of silence. Here we are being immersed in this equinox energy of balance, but also still integrating the new moon, which is all about going quiet, contemplating, trusting, planting the seeds, creating the fertile ground to go into action soon, not necessarily right now. So creating moments of peace, quiet, just inner reflection, and just allow things to bubble up and feel your feelings. I trust that makes sense. Like I said, if you need any other support or guidance around any of these ideas that I'm sharing with you today, just let me know. But now I'm going to send you off into this beautiful, expansive week ahead. But before I do, I'm going to pull one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. That is what we're doing. This is very important. Liberating your inner truth. Take a nice deep breath and let's see what wisdom comes up for us today. Perfect. It's perfect. This is beautiful because it's very much aligned with the emotions, feeling your emotions. It's I am heart-led. You are heart-led. What do you need to do to calibrate to the wisdom of your heart and feel into that? Maybe you need to remember to put your hand on your heart. Take a few deep breaths before saying yes or no to something, before making a decision, before saying, yep, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go that way. Whatever that is, feel into that. But let me read this out to you. Following my heart is essential to unlocking my deepest desires and living a life that is fully aligned with who I am. When I am tapped into my heart and make decisions from this space, my life feels in flow. That is the most perfect wisdom to wrap up the energy of this, to kind of put a bow on that. I trust this serves you well. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I'll be back again with you next week. Much love to you and thank you for watching.